Coming up on WSRH Sports, we find out how our girls basketball team was able to take down the Santa Lucia's Chiefs in a fierce showdown during their senior night.
Plus, college recruiting heats up at Seminole Ridge.
And we find out how our girls soccer team did during their FHSAA district tournament with the Dwyer Panthers.
WSRH Sports starts now. Welcome to WSRH Sports, your leading source for sports coverage here at Seminole Ridge. I'm Will Claude.
And I'm Carlos Suarez. Today is February 2nd. We've got a lot to cover this week, so let's get right into it. Junior football player Ty Jackson has been popular with college recruiters this month, with visits from Miami, Georgia, Oklahoma, and Syracuse just in the last week. Yesterday, FSU's head coach came to meet Jackson. He did it in style.
How you doing, young man? Coach, how you doing, sir? Good. Mike Schmel. Very nice to see you. What's going on, buddy?
Just last night, our varsity girls basketball team took on the Santa Lucia's Chiefs in an intense face-off. WSRH sports reporter Austin LaManna has the play-by-play.
Just last night, our girls basketball team went up against the Santa Lucia's Chiefs. Let's break it down. Starting off, Jasmine Shakes wins the tip-off with then Brianna Custodio driving down court with her stomping and pulling up for the jumper on the right side. After this for the Chiefs, Aisha Ely Cynthia tries by the defender into an open lane, taking the layup, hitting the shot, while also taking the contact for an and one. After this, Brianna Custodio forces the turnover into Janiyah Inkle's hands as she gives it back to Bree, who drives the distance to the court, taking an easy layup. Later on in the game, Jayla Midget on the left side tries to get around the defender, taking a difficult shot from behind the backboard, hitting the contested layup. While this was a great game for the Hawks, it was especially a special moment for senior Jasmine Shakes, as she's the only senior on the team, and it was her senior night.
Honestly, I liked it just because I knew all the people coming out. They were out here to support me, and it showed me like who my real friends are. I really appreciate it, honestly.
All in all, our girls basketball team conquered the Chiefs with the final score being 57-17. And for WSRH Sports, I'm Austin LaManna.
In addition to our girls varsity basketball team playing last night, our girls JV team also took on Santa Lucia's. Let's go to the highlights from the game where I break it down. As we step into the gym at Seminole Ridge, the girls JV basketball team for the Hawks will be playing host to the Santa Lucia Chiefs at home in a late season JV matchup. After a missed close range shot by the Chiefs, the Hawks defense was able to grab the rebound and start the fast break, until it was stopped by the Chiefs defense, forcing the Hawks to find open teammates along the top of the key, continuing ball movement until they can hit the mid-range jumper. Once again, the Hawks continue to move the ball along the top of the key with some off-ball movement on the right side of the basket as they look for an open shot until the defense leaves an open hole, allowing for the mid-range jumper by the Hawks. The Hawks bring the ball down court to the left wing late in the game, down by one, as they look to take the lead and go on a run. The defense is playing tight, leaving an opening in the middle of the court for the drive and the made layup to put the Hawks ahead by one. However, this was not enough late, as the Santa Lucia Chiefs went on to win 15-14 over the Hawks. For WSRH Sports, I'm Will Claude.
Last Wednesday, our girls basketball team took on Cardinal Gibbons in a neck-and-neck match. WSRH sports reporter Sebastian Lopez has the highlights.
Last night wasn't just about our girls team hitting the court. The boys varsity basketball team also threw down in a fierce showdown against Palm Beach Central. WSRH sports reporter Sebastian Solis has the play-by-play.
Last night, the Hawks faced off against Palm Beach Central in a tough matchup on the Broncos senior night game. Star point guard Elliott drives to the hoop and passes it to Brandon Burke for the easy lay. Despite good defense from Juan Palacios and Chase Marcy, the Broncos score a quick layup. Juan Palacios hits a free throw to tie the game early. Juan Palacios drives to the basket and passes to Giancarlos Romero for the easy layup. Paul Robinson gets a steal, and the Hawks make a good passing play for another layup. Brandon Burke and Jonah Pio make a quick passing play for a clean pull-up jumper. Giancarlos Romero pulls up from 3 and makes a tough shot. Despite the Hawks' best efforts, the Broncos came on top with a dominant win. For WSRH Sports, I'm Sebastian Solis.
In addition to last night, our boys basketball team on Wednesday had one of their most difficult matches as they had to go up against the Jupiter Warriors, who have 20 wins and only 2 losses so far. Were the boys basketball team able to take down the Warriors? Let's go to the highlights from the fierce showdown where I break it down.
This Wednesday, our Seminole Ridge Hawks faced up against the Jupiter Warriors in a tough game. Jupiter came into the game with a record of 20-2, but the Hawks started off strong with number 12 Elliott Petitfoy driving to the basket early. Later on, Seminole Ridge came up with a steal by number 4 Paul Robinson. Paul ended up taking the ball coast to coast and converted the basket while drawing the foul. Before ending the first quarter, Seminole Ridge has possession of the ball, and number 13 for the Hawks, Calvin Warren, has a rebound and a basket. Going into the second half, number 5, Alejandro Alava, has possession of the ball. He drives in and knocks down the pull-up jumper off the glass, cutting the lead down by 2. Ending the game, the Hawks run down the court with some great ball movement and eventually find Elliott in the corner for 3 points. Unfortunately, the Hawks' effort was not enough and ended up losing the game. For WSRH Sports, I'm Carlos Suarez.
Our girls soccer team has had 2 matchups with the Dwyer Panthers, with them losing their first game and then getting revenge the second. However, now the stakes are higher than ever, as our girls soccer team had to face Dwyer for the FHSAA tournament. With tensions high, were the Hawks able to take down the Panthers? WSRH Sports reporter Shayla Stillwagon has the play-by-play.
Our Seminole Ridge girls varsity soccer team took on the Dwyer Panthers for a district game. Dwyer played a strong defensive game as the ball was passed to Caitlin Gabelman, kicking the ball into the goal, scoring the first point for the Panthers. Gabelman took the ball across the field, scoring them another goal. Caitlin Gabelman makes her way past the defenders, shooting the ball into the net, making their third and final goal of the night, making the score 0-3. For WSRH Sports, I'm Shayla Stillwagon.
While flag football just wrapped up tryouts this week, several of the players on other athletes hit the field to raise money for sick kids. WSRH News reporter Jesse Catesas takes us to the Hawk-a-thon flag football tournament.
Is hosting a public flag football tournament here at Seminole Ridge. With food trucks and a raffle, this tournament has everything a proud Hawk could ask for. In Waxahachie, Florida, flag football is a large part of the culture. Even at Seminole Ridge, our girls' flag football team are multiple-time state champions. With this flag football fad, it was a no-brainer for a fundraising football tournament.
And the idea from this event came from the fact that Waxahachie is a very flag football inclusive community. And they have acreage flag football, so that's where this came from. Just a way to get the student body more involved and to want to come out and raise money for the kids.
While being good fun for the players and spectators, this event isn't just for recreation, but also raising money for a very good cause. Participants know it's not just a fun time, and all money raised goes to a very meaningful cause.
Hawk-a-thon is working with Nicholas Children's Hospital and we're raising awareness and funds for families that have children that are fighting pediatric illness or cancers. And so we're really all about the kids fighting, playing football, raising money for the kids.
Described as a smashing success, this event was the second of its kind. Students and faculty alike hold high hopes this can be an annual tradition and continue to be held here at the Ridge.
It's actually gone way better than I expected. There's a very big turnout right now. We have food trucks, we have games, we have prizes, a whole bunch of good things going on. Tons of people in our bleachers. Everything is going really smoothly right now.
For WSRH Extra, I'm Jesse Cavasers.
The The teacher team lost to one of the 12 student teams in overtime, and Team Barbie won the tournament. But the real winner was Hawk-a-thon and the Nicholas Children's Hospital, as the tournament raised nearly $3,000 to help kids fighting life-threatening illnesses. Taking a look at this week's sports calendar, Tuesday, boys basketball will have West Boca District Tournament at 6 p.m. Wednesday, girls basketball has a district tournament at Dwyer at 7:30 p.m. On Thursday, girls wrestling will have a district tournament at Wellington. And lastly, on Saturday, girls lacrosse has their preseason jamboree at South Fork High. Well, that's it for WSRH Sports. I'm Carlos Suarez.
And I'm Will Claude. Remember that you can follow us on social media on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Seminole Ridge TV. Have a great day, Hawks.